Hello. Hi. Girl gone. Hi, Kimberly. Woo. We got the Leah season hair. How's it going? Let's get this live. Hello. Shared out. Let me see. Let me see. Oh, somebody's messaging me. All right. All right. Sound is good? Mariana, hello. Welcome, welcome. We got the purple vibes going on this evening. Shireen, hello. If you're here and you plan to ask a question or you have a theme that you want to throw out, or you just like to get your highest and best message, go ahead and throw it in the chat. You're the early comers, so you get the first crack at things. And while I'm waiting, I'll be looking for your comments here. I am going to see if this is popping up for people, because I did not get the pop-up, which I should. There it is. Okay, I think it is there. All right. Yes. Yes. Karen, gotcha. Gotcha. Frequency Friday, 2 days ago, the Lionsgate 88 portal. If you were not there, be sure to check it out. We had amazing attendance. We had great conversation in the live chat. And I would love to get more comments from you all for that Lionsgate. The energy is still going on. We've had the full moon in Aquarius. So you're not too late to really get in on that. And there's timestamps on the replay. So it's super duper helpful. Check that out. Make sure you are subscribed, hit the notification bell, like, comment, invite a friend, especially someone who you think might subscribe and enjoy the content as we build the community together here. And then don't forget, with every video, you can always check the description below, which has a lot more information on it, how to get in touch with me, my website, social media links to donations, which I warmly accept if you feel so called. I have also placed donation links at the top of the chat if anyone really feels called and they resonate. But more than anything, I love my subscribers. Thank you so much for your presence and your engagement. That's what means the most to me. So welcome. All right. I think Mariana's starting us off here with her question. All right, way to come in early, everyone. We're going to jump in now. So I've got the Light Seers Tarot for Mariana. Will I get good news this month? Kind of a yes or no question, but let's see what the cards reveal. Maybe you're thinking about a specific type of good news that you're looking for. Now, remember, even if you ask a yes no question, the cards usually give a vibe one way or the other. So that's what we're looking at. And this is the Sacred Traveler Oracle that I'm going to use for your question, Mariana. Did I miss anybody? Hello to everyone. All right, Mariana, I will say, if you're looking for some good news this month, I do believe it's going to come. It might be a little closer to the end of the month just because of the suit that's coming up in your reading here. You got the Three of Pentacles. This is some sort of working together, collaboration, a reaching out, a getting together. All right. So this is a positive energy for something coming together here. All right. Now, since it is Pentacles, we have Earth energy here. And sometimes that earth energy just moves a little slower than we might like at times. So Mariana, it could be that this is kind of slow coming together, or that it's going to be closer to the end of the month. However, it's looking really good. The other card you got is the King of Pentacles. Whatever is coming in for you that I get the yes for really feels to me like it's going to be a grounded energy that will really be present in your life for the long term. And if there's anything financial that is supposed to come through for you, or you've been working to manifest something, it is looking extremely favorable for that. This could also be good news along the lines of your health and body as well. So maybe that was one of those areas. Now, if you're looking relationship wise, the Pentacles energy would indicate a more grounded relationship, or maybe even a transition in a relationship to become more grounded. And you do have some masculine energy in the king here showing up. So that's looking favorable. Also, in all of this, the oracle card that you got is choosing your path. All is possible. Choosing your path, all is possible. So to me, it feels like for you to stay in a mindset that is favorable, that is full of gratitude and appreciation, is really important. And that's going to open the energy up even more for you to receive the news that you're looking for, the positive, harmonious, joyful news. But there is this little indicator from the universe saying, hey Mariana, make sure you're open to it. Make sure you open your arms up wide, your heart up wide to this, and know that in this you have choice. I'm also getting a bit of a sensation of this has to do with your heart and healing and opening the heart, Mariana. So that is very much what I get for you. I see more people join. Hello. Thank you, Mariana, for asking the question. AM is here. Casey is here. Oh my goodness, so wonderful to see everyone. Okay, so I'm going to move on to the next question. Karen's up. She says, yo, what's up? Yo. You're wondering how your trip is going to go this week and any advice from your guides. Okay, let's go for Karen here. Thank you for the thumbs up. I can see everybody's putting a like on this. I see some emojis coming through. Those are much appreciated. Did I say hi to Shireen? Hi, Shireen, if I didn't say hi already. Courtney. Do I have Courtney and Casey? Yay. All right. Karen's trip. Wondering how it's going to go. Any advice from your guides? Ooh, la. Okay, and I'm going to get a card from the Faceted Garden Oracle for you. The Faceted Garden. All right. Oh, wow. This trip, Karen, really feels like there's more to it than just the actual travel for you personally. It feels more like a rite of passage. It feels more like a passing through something important. What comes up very first for you is the Empress with the nurturing energy. This could be a really great indicator that you're going to feel relaxed and rested, that you're going to feel more embodied. Okay. And it feels like it really feels like it's for you. The Empress energy can be nurturing from a mother perspective, a mother to her children. And I don't know if they're going to be with you, but this nurturing energy feels like it's more for you. And perhaps it's a change of scenery. Perhaps it's the activities you're going to be doing, but there's definitely this needed, I can feel it, like release and surrender into nurturing energy for you on this trip. And I feel like that's what your guides would like you to know. They want you to surrender into this with the idea of like, I will be nurtured by this trip. I will be nurtured. And, as the mother, as the maternal figure with whoever you're traveling with, you then exude that energy and it makes it possible for everyone else. But the reason I say it feels like you're having a rite of passage or some sort of important portal is you got Scorpio energy here, which I think you're familiar with. Number 13, not 15, 13, death and rebirth here. So there's something deep going on in all of this. And I think the more that you master surrendering into the energies and into the relaxation that comes along with this trip, the more transformation is going to happen for you. It also, I'm getting the word click, like something you've been wanting to click is going to click on this trip. And it's part of this portal that you're passing through. You got passage. So once again, transformational passage here into the gates of your own self, like the next level you. And again, they keep saying click, click, like something's going to click. Okay. Click. It's going to click for you on this trip. And it's important. There's a lot of major energies coming up here with this. Like I said, rite of passage, something big happening, something that's deep and important. You're going to be moved by something. All right. It feels like you're called and you're moved. It might be interesting wherever you're going to check out your astrocartography if you haven't already, and just see what planets and positions lie along the way for you on this journey of where you're going. There may be something important to look into there. All right. Thank you, Karen, for stopping by. Yay. And, stay tuned if you can to the full hour, because a lot of times you'll hear messages and other people's messages that are meant for you as well. So if you can, it's just a good time. And you guys can make yourself at home in the chat. Okay. Shireen is needing more clarity about what's going on with her health. Okay, Shireen, more clarity. I see some more people joining. Daya, Ave, Crystal Rose. Hello, Ashley. Yay. Hope I didn't miss anybody. I know Kimberly's catching everyone there. Okay, what's going on with your health, Shireen? What's going on with your health? And I'm kind of called to get you a cosmic timing card here about this clarity. What is this for Shireen? What is this? Okay. All right. So what I'm feeling in this, Shireen, is that there is this spiritual, I'm going to say psychic spiritual energy going on behind this health matter that's really important for you to address. And it has to do with your autonomy. It has to do with your authority over yourself, over the decisions that have to do with your body, what goes in, who touches your body, who has access to this, because there is some cycle coming to a close where we're releasing a lack of boundaries, it feels like, or some sort of someone overstepping. And this has affected you. It's coming through as some sort of health issue. But you have a very favorable outlook with the Hierophant. I do think this contains a lot of big spiritual psychic lessons for you. It's a deepening in the trust of yourself. There are going to be times, if I'm honest, the energy I get is going to be messy sometimes. And I'm also getting fatigue as a big part of it, but it will kind of wax and wane with these moments where you do get some energy and you are able to see the path forward. I think this is going to take some time here to work through. I think we're looking at months, and I'll show you the cosmic timing card in a minute. But the 5 of the Hierophant does represent challenges. However, it's a Taurus energy. So if you can find those grounding moments when you do have the awareness and you feel more relaxed and you feel more steady, to really embrace some joy in those times and finding what you can be grateful for, because you're also going to be doing this like spiritual psychic deep dive, and it has to do with boundaries for your body and your own autonomy, and you having that full voice and the full authority in that. This is the Two of Cups here, meaning that you may be able to turn to partnership for some support in this health matter that you're having. I feel the energy of someone standing by your side, um, and possibly their energy even assisting you with that health matter. They could be very health focused themselves or transitioning themselves into this. So there is someone there that I do feel that you're comfortable with. This could be your romantic partner. This could be a healthcare practitioner who you just feel really good about partnering with when it comes to that. Like you just trust in your heart that this is the right person who can be in your field. Okay, so that's really important. Now, hopefully that gives you a little more clarity on where to focus the energy. As for a resolution to this, I got in February, and I know maybe that feels a little bit farther away than you would like. Sometimes when we're dealing with health matters, we want them resolved immediately. But February shows when maybe you will notice the change. So there could be something very important going on in your particular blueprint at that time where you're going to get the clarity or the resolution that you're looking for. I also feel a lot of sun energy here. And so making sure that you value your relationship to the sun, maybe a vitamin D kind of thing, calcium, these things seem to be coming up here. Vitamin D and calcium balance feels important for energy as well. All right, I'm seeing some more people come in. Benita, hello, hello. The Sublime, hello. All right, I'm rolling through, y'all. I'm gonna get through as many as I can here. Kimberly says, may I have a message from my guides on how to best build personal relationships? How to best build personal relationships for Kimberly. All right, and we're going to go to the Sacred Traveler for you here. Good to see everyone. If you haven't checked out the last live I did on Friday, the Lionsgate Frequency Friday live, be sure to check it out. It's got the timestamps up, and you can go to my channel, my live playlist to see that. Hi, Nancy G. Hello. Okay, Kimberly. Wow. Yes, the message for your guide on how to best build personal relationships. Number one, it's to trust in your own magic, to actually seek out people that are more open to spirituality, to the magical flair. People who are more elementally balanced is what I'm getting from your guides. They want you to have people who have a good experience with the different elements, meaning earth, air, fire, water. This could show up in their chart. This could show up in an activity that they do or something of that nature. But it's mostly to trust in your own magic, your own inner wisdom. And there's a touch of intellect coming in there too, as well. Building personal relationships, one of the facets is having the intellectual connection and the depth of conversation, and I feel like that's what this magician is showing us, and what your greater being is desiring. There's also this reminder from your guides to do make sure that if there are any connections or relationships where you're not being valued, the relationship dynamic seems imbalanced, you're not being treated correctly, be willing to walk away, have your stamina, is what I get, in the correct place to be able to make the decision to choose you over any dynamic that doesn't feel right. Now, sometimes that can happen in a temporary manner. Maybe you have where you step back temporarily. It doesn't mean it's like a permanent end, but it could be as well. So the willingness to walk away. Even though you are treading through unknown territory in your personal relationships, and you may crave more of them in your life than you have now, you are exactly where you need to be according to your guides. And you see there's a little winter scene shown here, Kimberly, that is because this is where you're supposed to be. And so maybe the friendships and the people you're wanting to meet aren't flooding in yet because you're in a little bit of a overwinter with this, which is very interesting. So again, the elements are coming. Also, I'm getting something about patient people, people who could be patient with you, people who you feel you can be patient with, where there's not a forceful feeling to, whoa, the dynamics. I just threw the cards. I don't know who's next, but I threw the cards. I don't know if that was Kimberly or who's coming up next. All right, Courtney is asking for her highest good right now. Highest good for Courtney. Who am I missing here? Pastel Dreams. Hello. Highest good for Courtney, please. Highest good. All right, and we're going to do the Faceted Garden Oracle for you as well. Message for Courtney's highest good. Well, I threw the cards right before this, so ooh, we got a little mixed bag here for you, Courtney. Message for your highest good. First and foremost, remembering who you are, honoring your intuition with the High Priestess. First and foremost, remembering who you are, honoring your intuition with the High Priestess. I love this card. It's actually the graphic that's on the box, and the High Priestess in this deck has her eyes closed, but beneath the eyelids, the artist has drawn in open eyes. And I know that you work with the visually impaired, and you are visually impaired, and I just feel like this energy tunnel is opening up. I see it in your crown, much like what I'm seeing in the card here, like this opening up into the cosmos. But you are having this whole tunnel of energy come up and down into like your physical body. So you may be feeling a little bit of buzzing. You may be feeling a little bit of movement there as if your cells are vibrating, your very cells. This is all connected to you honoring yourself, you're honoring your work, and you staying strong in that energy. There is a bit of clearing going on that the universe and your greater being are showing me with the Ten of Swords. And this is about, the Ten of Swords is about an ending. It kind of goes along in some decks with the Death card. In this particular deck, though, she's walking away with her back turned, and there's 10 ravens flying overhead. And I feel like this is your ability to navigate through endings and closing out cycles and closing out like negative beliefs or beliefs that just don't help you propel forward, and you're being a model of that. And so there's this feeling of appreciation that I get from the universe to you, saying this is exactly where you need to be. Because who are you serving? You're serving humanity. The humanity card came up right in the middle. This is very full moon in Aquarius. So you getting this message at this time about your own personal energy, your vibrational frequency, your purpose, your plan, and your ability to help show people and be a guiding light through the closing off of these things that no longer serve them, so that they can actually take a new path and take different action. This is your service to the world, and you are aligned with it. Meanwhile, you're doing, there's some of your own work that you're doing and some of your own things that you're clearing out. But in all this, you're stepping forward as an example. And that's what the universe is saying. Keep going, keep stepping, because it's exactly where you're supposed to be. And it's feeling really good. Feeling really good there. Thank you, Courtney, for dropping in, and I'll talk to you soon. All right, AM. AM is up next. A positive message for my highest and best in relationships. Thank you very much. Thank you, AM, for asking the question tonight. Positive message for AM. Very specifically, a positive message. We're looking for the highest and best. We're looking to elevate AM. Whew. I love when people ask for positive messages and then they get something else. But it could also mean what you've conquered here in relationships. Let's go to the Sacred Traveler here for you, AM. Ooh, all right. So, AM, what I'm seeing here is part of what's going on with you and relationships here. You've got the Tower. It's a shakeup. That's the Iranian energy that's going on right now. And it has the tendency to kind of bring us the unexpected. Since you asked for a positive message, this is something positive. Like it was unexpected, but something positive enters your world. So to me, it feels like there's going to be a shakeup, but a good shakeup. Like it feels like you would say, oh, they rocked my world. They rocked my world. This is really great. They rocked my world. They left an impression on me. I left an impression on them. There's something very big and dynamic going on here with the Tower, okay? Not all towers are bad. Some shakeups are really, really positive. And I think what's happening here, it kind of feels like, you know how people go and take like one of those sieves or like they call it a colander type thing, and you go panning for gold and then you shake it and then you get the little golden nuggets. I feel like that's what's going on with you in relationships. There's a conquering of deceptive energies, AM, where like you are done with the lies, the deceit, the deception. You're calling it out. I feel like this is your voice calling it out if it crossed your path. All right. But there is some energetic shakeup in your soul going on that says, no, we know what that is, and we're going to call it out for what it is. So the Seven of Swords, meaning deception, deceit, lies. This is you calling it out. Look at the bird here, you know, like calling it out and not being afraid to do so, right? And through this, and like I was getting with the pan, like gold panning, like finding the gold, uncovering treasure beneath the surface lies great bounty. And not only do I feel this in you, it feels like this is a breakthrough for you in relationships, a breakthrough of honoring yourself first. And through the energy of the breakthrough of honoring yourself first, you attract in the gold as well. Now it says beneath the surface lies great bounty. So there's a little bit of an element here for you, AM, of, you know, maybe really work to go beyond the first impression. All right. Trust your instincts, of course. Call out if you really get not so good vibe, call it out, but also look beneath the surface. Start with yourself. Look beneath the surface with you. Begin to see the treasure that you already carry for the relationship fulfillment that you want. I feel like it's important for you to feel fulfilled. And it's different than feeling complete, you know, the whole you complete me thing. This is about you being fulfilled in yourself and then attracting in partners, relationships that are fulfilling for you as well. And that can extend beyond romance, but definitely includes romance. All right. Thank you, AM, so much. Okay, let me keep going here. Yes, it's so good to see you all. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Casey. Yeah, it's just wavy. I just get out of the shower, let it air dry. And that's about as much as I want to do with it anyway. So otherwise it goes up. It just goes up in the summertime. All right. Daya, hello. Daya, why haven't I met genuine friends? Whew. I feel like this is a theme. This is a theme for multiple people here. Maybe a couple other people might comment feeling that, you know. Friendships, you know, like relationships, especially genuine ones, they have to have a certain foundation and they take time to grow. Let me get you a timing, cosmic timing card as well. Why haven't you? Um, Daya, do you tend to, I get the sense that maybe you tend to want to go deeper into your connections, and that there are just some people who aren't equipped or don't have the courage to scratch beneath the surface enough for you. You have a certain, you want enriching connections here, and so not everybody can give that, and that's what I get here. So the first card up is the Six of Cups. This tells me, when we really look at the picture, it's like a little boy and his puppy, and he grows with the puppy into the older gentleman and the dog, right? And this is you. A lot has changed. A lot has changed, Daya, with who you're willing to allow in your circle and the dynamics that you're willing to allow. If the vibrational frequency of the person or the friend that you're trying to meet, and I do feel like maybe there is some element of you looking in the wrong place. So I don't know where you're trying to meet people, but it seems like maybe that's not lining up quite yet. You also, your energy gives me the vibe that you're in it for the long haul. You don't want just these fair weather friends. You want genuine, like steadfast, going to be there, like you will be there for them. And that's what I feel, that you, but you may be looking in the wrong place. Is there an energy that you might be a little closed off to with the Seven of Wands here? Could it be, Daya, that maybe you need to push your comfort zone a little? Maybe you've been looking for people in areas where you feel like you might have the most similarities, but could it be that you push your edges, you push your comfort zone a little and try to see if you can go outside the box? Right now, it feels like your energy might be like a little uncomfortable with that or a little resistant to that. But what about opening up to a different kind of experience, maybe? And it could be just like a meetup. I do feel like there's someone coming, and it's coming along in a few months here in November. So that would be, November is a good time for you to put yourself out there, maybe in a little bit different capacity than you have before, and see if you can come across someone. I got this for someone else. I kind of feel it for you. It may be kind of like in an unexpected place. Like, I would have never thought I would bump into this person in this way. It kind of feels that way. Daya, I do think you've been on a mission to open up more genuinely yourself. And so more and more you're going to attract that in. It takes work and it takes time. But watch for someone in November here that may be of importance and that may meet your expectations with friendships. Okay, good question. Ashley's up next. Hello. Can I get a message for the new relationship that I'm in? Okay. New beginnings. A lot of you have hit your new beginnings. A message for the new relationship you're in. Woo, woo. The energy just went like, woo, all over the place. Okay, we're going to go Sacred Traveler Oracle here for you, Ashley. Oh, the message, Ashley, I think it's honestly really like, don't stress. If this is a new relationship, take the time to have fun, to be more playful, to not worry about things getting too serious, right? Not putting all your energy into it's got to line up this way or go this way. You may be looking for something serious, right? However, can we establish at the beginning of this relationship some play, some fun, feeling natural with one another, feeling comfortable and safe with one another. And there seems to be like you're carrying this stress or this worry. It could also be you're afraid that this person won't accept your flaws or won't accept your wounding, something around that. Now, this could be a subconscious thing as well, because you got the judgment card here. And the judgment coming up with the Nine of Swords tells me there's something in there, whether it's conscious or subconscious, that gets you stressed out. And I feel like it has to do with, will they accept me, warts and all, like wounding and all? Like, can they love me for me? And I think that's why it's important to establish a fun rapport and some play and a good time, right? Together first. And in the center of all this for you, Ashley, you got wondrous universe, walk in beauty. And so here we have a message of, embracing kind of your inner wizard, have fun with this, dress up, dress down. I feel like there's that you have what I'm being shown is like a diamond, and as you spin the diamond, you're the diamond, and there's different facets that glow and illuminate as you spin it. And it's important for you to let this person see that, to see the different sides of you, to see the different characters that Ashley can be or can embody in her life, right? Very important. And these are very beautiful. This would be very attractive to this person, but they're only going to know it if you show it, if you open up to that. And beauty is coming up here. Like, don't hate me because I'm beautiful, but really dress up and have fun with it. And really carry that Libra beauty energy with you. I think that's important. Like, let your beauty be beholden to this person. And I mean, by beauty, it can be physical beauty. It can be your inner beauty shining from the inside out. It can be you. I don't know if I get cosplay, but I get you like experimenting with different styles for yourself, and that being fun, and that being a good way to enjoy the beginning of this new relationship. Okay, we're moving on to Crystal Rose. Crystal Rose, hello. Could I have a reading about the man I am interested in? Thank you. You bet. Okay. Crystal Rose is interested in this man. What does Crystal Rose need to know here? Ooh, this one comes out here. And let's go to the Faceted Garden Oracle for you with an oracle card here. The man you're interested in. Oof, this is so interesting. I'm going to bring up the oracle card first because this is an elemental energy and it's wood, and nobody get a dirty mind with that. I mean, you could take it there if you want to take it there. But what I get with the wood element is more of a something that, like, this person is someone you can retreat into and feel like held, like a tree holds its limbs in the wind and the storms. Like, this person feels like a retreat. This person feels like a new beginning. This person feels like they are comfortable in their masculine energy. And I think that's important for you to feel safe to retreat into the masculine energy that is healthy and that is grounded. And also there's an element here of your ancestry, like a reminding you of a man that you admired as a child. Could be father, grandfather, someone in your family, or just someone, could be a friend's dad, someone, the way that they were masculine you're being reminded of that. We have smoke here, so there could be a connection to maybe someone smoked cigars or a pipe or something like that, or some sort of wood connection there. Funny how these things show up more than once, but you have the 7 of Wands here. And I think that this person that you're interested in, they, if you are like playing like coy, or feeling like maybe like this person doesn't know you're interested, you might have to be a little bit more forthcoming before they kind of get it. So with this 7 of Wands here, you might just be kind of like, okay, but I feel like it feels like your attractive qualities within yourself are pretty well aligned, but there might need to be more communication or more presence. I don't know if this has to do with maybe you feeling like I want more opportunities to be around this person that I'm interested in, but you might have to be a little more obvious. That's kind of what I get there. A little bit more obvious with this person. And just remembering that you get to, with your feminine energies, you get to move the wheel here in the direction that you want it to go. I'm not saying you have to be the pursuer, because it's so important for you to be able to retreat into a masculine energy that invites you in, but that you are moving in that feminine flow. Keep your feminine flow rolling. And look, she's got the fuzzy dice, the lucky dice, and it looks like it's like the doubles. It's hard to tell, but it could be the double sixes on there on the fuzzy dice. So with your feminine energies, you may need to move and get this person's attention a little bit more, but I really like the feeling I get from them of you being safe and you feeling that you can retreat into them. So if that's not describing the man you're interested in, Crystal Rose, there might be somebody there might be somebody else coming in. All right, there might be somebody else coming in. So if I did not just describe the person and you're saying that person pulled back, well, they better not leave that space open too long, because somebody else could be coming in. All right. Good luck. Let us know what happens next. Casey is here. Do I feel any changes with your home life coming up? Do you feel any changes with my home life coming up? Casey, home life changes. Home life changes for Casey. Oh, you're not sure about the ancestor? Yeah. Could be somebody even further back, and you might not even know why, you might learn about them later. All right. Where do I want to go with this for Casey? Home life. We're going to go to the Sacred Traveler Oracle. Sacred Traveler. And Casey's home life. The energies are changing and moving. I have the 3 of Pentacles here. This is representing to me like 3 people together in the home. So that may be your situation. The way that you're moving in this space together is different. Each person's kind of moving a different direction and has a different perspective, much like the people in this card here. And on some level that works. But you also, and remember, I think this came up for Courtney as well. You got the Hierophant. The Hierophant is the number 5, and that represents change. There may be a change to this dynamic. And the Hierophant is all about, once again, like you recognizing and embracing what's best for yourself, you taking full authority, responsibility, accountability over that, and you elevating yourself in the direction that you want to go. So there's this it's almost like you want to see how dark this card is, but then how bright this one is. It's almost like you crave now more light in this situation where right now there might not be, but you're feeling this pull you within yourself. And you also got discovering truth. You stand in the light of truth. I think that's what this Hierophant is all about. It's about what is true for you. And I do feel like the dynamic at home is changing. And these changes have to do with the way you're relating to the other people in the house. Okay. What do I want to say here? This could also represent, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, you have a child, a son, and I am seeing this character as your son, and then there's some other people talking here. He may want to take a new direction that affects the home life somehow, whether it be time, presence, the calendar, something like that. I feel like he's turning from like what maybe the established path is to go create his own path. That could also be contributing to the changes. But for you, it's about knowing what's true and what's best. And that having an influence, right, on your son as well. So yeah, definitely some one house, different perspectives, different maybe even levels of maturity or awareness, and change is happening. And it feels to me like right now it feels like a little overwhelming and scary. I'm not going to lie about the feeling I get, but it feels like we have to move through that. We have to move through any kind of fear that might be coming up with that. So that's what I get, Casey, there right now. The changes, they might be a little bit scary at first. All right, Benita Bala, hello. What does Sean wish to express to me? Family friend, but I feel he has a crush on me. Okay. I think you're right about the crush, Benita. Oh, let me get a cosmic timing card here for you, Benita, because Sean has a crush, but I also see you being sad or let down. All right, we got the Two of Cups. Yeah, this is somebody who fancies you. This is somebody who can see that there is potential there. Maybe they are a family friend, but so what? Sometimes that works, right? I see really good things there. Then I got the Five of Cups, which is showing you feeling kind of sad. Like, I don't know if this is Sean just can't make a move, is too scared to affect the family dynamic here. But the oracle says not likely. Not likely is Sean going to make a move, even though he has these feelings. And darn it, I hate when this happens because you can feel the other person denying their own true feelings. That's what I feel with Sean. Like, the feelings are there. You're not mistaken. You're right. Sean fancies you, but making a move, I just don't see it right now. I don't see it in these energies here. And I would keep your options open to other things, even if this is an important relationship to you. It doesn't mean you can't still have this relationship, but if Sean's not going to be able to make the move or open up to it because of fear, Guilt? Does Sean feel guilty about something? Does Sean feels like Sean is carrying some guilt about something, and that may be blocking Sean's energies right now. That's kind of what that feels like to me. So right now, what it looks like to me is don't put all your eggs in Sean's basket for sure. When it comes to these energies, and coupling up, both people have to be open and ready. And it usually, for a healthy dynamic, right? I'm not saying every, because it is not a one size fits all world, but typically for a healthy dynamic, at least between man and woman, the man leads. And if the man isn't going to lead, it's hard to take it anywhere. All right, Ave is up next. Why did Kamal, the Scorpio guy, go silent on me for a while now? He hasn't messaged me in a while, and you do hope to reconnect. Okay, for Ave, why did Kamal, who's a Scorpio, gosh, there's a lot of, this is a huge, huge tarot deck, and I keep getting the same cards. There's a lot of mirroring here. Why did the Scorpio go silent? Let's get a faceted garden oracle for you here. And just for those of you who have recently joined, I don't know if I'll get to all of your questions. So I do want to mention we have another Q&A coming up in 2 weeks on the 24th, and then on September 7th and the 21st. So if you don't get your question answered, maybe come back on one of those. Try to come in the beginning if you can and drop your question in, because we do fill up pretty fast here. All right. So Ave, why did Kamal the Scorpio go silent on you for a while? He hasn't messaged, and you do hope to reconnect. Why did he go silent? You got the wheel. And in this particular case, I do feel like possibly Kamal wasn't ready for how much energy you carry and how much power you have, especially in like the feminine side of things. Okay, like there is like the power of the ocean is what I get. That's what I'm hearing. Like the power of the ocean is inside of you. And for a Scorpio to feel that power in someone else could feel a little bit intimidating to them. That doesn't excuse ghosting though. So if this is some sort of like ghosting situation, or there could be a maturity issue there. I do see new beginning here. So the reconnection is looking good. This is the Ace of Cups. In the meantime, I would just say, do you really feel like Kamal has this potential to embrace and uphold your powerful energy as well as Kamal's own powerful energy, right? There may be a little intimidation factor there that I'm picking up, but I do see a reconnection with this Ace of Cups, maybe a fresh start. Maybe Kamal is trying to release something in his own life, but I do feel like just gauge it for the maturity level there, because ghosting, usually ghosting is always done out of fear of some kind. Fear of hurting someone, fear of letting someone down. Right now with Kamal, I get fear of like, oh, this is powerful. This is more powerful than I imagined. What am I going to do? And it's kind of like got him frozen. Now, right here in the middle, we've got the mineral realm coming up for you. So I think with this relationship with Kamal, it needs like nutrients. And the both of you would be responsible for feeding the relationship with the nutrients, which means one of the nutrients to a relationship is communication. And so for this to come together, there has to be that communication. So if we think about minerals that are like nourishing and helping our body, the same way with the relationship, what minerals are going in? So the universe is asking you to look at that for yourself. Okay, Ave, look at that for yourself and see where it might feel good and not good in this connection. Because again, I'm not super duper happy with like him not reaching out, messaging you. It feels a little immature. And I know people have their fears, but we all got to grow up at some point, right? Okay, one more here. I've got the sublime. May you ask, what's coming toward you in love? Absolutely, sublime. Absolutely. All right, sublime. And I love that word, sublime. I love that. That's one of the words that I need to go into the etymology. It's just got such a nice tone to it. What's coming toward you in love? And one thing just flew out there. Well, definitely something powerful. Let's get a cosmic timing card for you. So I'm going to miss some of you guys tonight because we're getting ready to wrap up. I might squeeze one more in if I can. We'll see. I just don't want to rush it. I might be able to get Nancy. All right. Sublime, what's coming for you in love? Powerful energy. I feel like there's going to be a vocal communication coming on here. You may meet someone through your friends group here with the Three of Cups. This represents friendship, going out, being social with friends, getting out amongst others. Have you met my other friend kind of situation here? And whoever's coming in, they are communicating, and they are communicating in a really, really strong way. Okay. This is like really powerful air energy. It could be a Gemini, an Aquarius, a Libra coming in for you. Feels like a mature energy to me. And to you, I think that would feel good. Mature communication. Again, the intellect is there. The intellectual connection is there. And let's see what else this person's going to bring in for you. But I think it's going to be someone you know or someone that knows someone you know. That's what it feels like. And it's coming up. We just had a full moon. So you got, what, about a month here to the next full moon? And this is coming in. So if there's any qualities you want to manifest, you can utilize this King of Swords energy as well and speak them into the universe. Speak them in your meditation. Speak them in your prayers. Speak them in your manifestations. Speak what you want into reality here to draw this to you, to attract this to you. But it feels good, and it feels like it's coming in through social connections here. Someone who knows someone or works with someone that they want you to meet. All right. All right. Good luck, everyone who's out there doing the discovery in love or in relationships and discovering new levels of love. Whew. It's big time, isn't it? All right. We're going to get Nancy, and then I'm going to close out. Okay, Nancy, question. Will Scorpio take action? What's up with the Scorpios? Will Scorpio take action in reconciling with me? These Scorpios are laying low right now, huh? Okay, something's coming out for sure here. Will Scorpio take the action in reconciling with Nancy? Well, it's sure looking like it. Let's get a Sacred Traveler Oracle. And for anyone, if I missed your question, if you came in after that question from Nancy, I hope to catch you. Pastel Dreams, come back next time, please, please, please. 824, 97, and 921 are the next live Q&As. Also, keep an eye. If you're on Instagram, find me on Instagram at Creators on the Crest, because in my Instagram stories, once in a while, I run little specials. So that might be something you're interested in too. And if you want something really in depth, I have a link in the description below. All right. So yes, Nancy, there is going to be a reconciliation from what I see. We got the Chariot card. That's forward momentum. And this Chariot is a move in here. All right. This is the energy coming toward you. Scorpio is going to come towards you. This actually holds Cancerian energy, I will say. So maybe Scorpio is going to come toward you in a different way than they did before. Perhaps with like the heart open a bit more, or coming to you with a more vulnerability than before, is what it feels like. And Nancy, it's looking pretty good for the reconciliation. We go from the Chariot to the Ten of Cups, and this looks like a celebration to me. It looks like some happiness to me. It looks like we feel good about being back together again. And I don't know if there's children involved, but there's children in this card, or little ones, or if there's aspirations for that, there could be potentials for that. Or, each of you has children, or one or both of you has children here. This is going to take, it'll take time, but it feels good because it feels like the reconciliation is coming in at a different place than it left. So there's been improvements to kind of rise up to a certain place. That doesn't mean that there won't be healing and that kind of thing, because you got crossing bridges. It's time for healing, connecting, mending, and releasing. So if there's any like control issues, or perhaps like emotions that you feel like you still need to process, because when we're talking about reconciliation, we're talking about a separation that has happened, right? So we want to make sure that we do our part to heal those wounds. Each person involved will have to do this. But right now, as you're waiting on this Chariot to come to you, work on your own healing, connecting more deeply with yourself. Look for any soft spots or sore spots. I'm almost seeing like little bruises on the heart that you might need to go into and work with those emotional energies and maybe release some pain connected to that in order to, make the journey across this bridge. But this relationship definitely coming in at a new level than it left during the separation, or where you left off before. Okay, Nancy, thank you so much. And thank you so much, everyone, for being here. I hate running out of time, but I do want to respect the boundaries, the energetic boundaries here. And you know where to find me. Stay tuned. I love you all, creators. Thank you so much. And I hope you have a wonderful evening. Bye.